Hi, it's Mitch from Pickdawgz.com here with your free pick in the Texas versus UNC Greensboro college basketball matchup on Friday, December 29th, 2023. Of course, at Pick Dawgz, we give out tons of free picks, and if you love those, well, you'll love our premium picks. Just click on the premium picks tab. Of course, we also have the Dime Club and Sharp Trading Plays. These are meant for people who make big bets. If that's you, go ahead and text the number you see on the screen. They're not available on the website. You got to text that number. But let's get to this one. Texas taking on UNC Greensboro. Texas 9-2 on the season. Greensboro 9-3 on the season, but just 1-3 straight up and against the number on the road this season, while Texas is a perfect 7-0 at home, but just 2-5 against the number. Texas 8-2 straight up in their last 10, but just 2-8 against the number. But Greensboro just 3-5 against the number in their last 10. I gotta say, something's gotta give here, as both these teams win a lot of games and don't cover a lot of spread. So these haven't been teams that we have really been on their side much at all this season. The Texas defense still stout, and it has been that way for several years at this point. Team shooting just 40.1% from the floor against them, and team shooting 31.7% from beyond the arc. But this UNC Greensboro team can absolutely light it up from the perimeter. They shoot almost 40% from beyond the arc, and that's going to keep you in it, especially against the big teams like this, and especially on the road. Playing defense and shooting threes is what it is all about at the big-time college basketball level. Of course, Greensboro also highly efficient in shooting overall, shooting nearly 48% from the floor. When we look at the Texas offense, this team can absolutely shoot as well. Of course, super talented. Texas has never had a problem with getting top-tier talent. It's just putting it together on the court, and we'll see if this is maybe a year that they kind of do that. But we saw them last year in the NCAA tournament, and when it came time against a team that was smaller in stature but could shoot from the outside and was super athletic in Miami, well, the Horns had simply no answers whatsoever, and we'll see if the Horns can be a better team this year when it comes to that, because the Big 12, their conference, I know it's their final year there, but this conference has gotten a lot tougher, and I know they're going to the SEC, which is another tough conference, but I got to say it's going to be a step down in competition from what they've been facing on the college basketball court. When we look at Texas shooting almost 36% from beyond the arc, they also shoot 49.3%. So both these teams super efficient. But when we look at this Greensboro defense, it really is very, very solid. Teams just struggle to score against them, and they once again try and pop from the perimeter, and they've had limited success doing that as well. I think this game's going to be fairly competitive, and I think when we look at who Texas has beaten at this point in the season, it's been a pretty good list of teams, but also when they've tried to step it up against better teams that can shoot from the outside, UConn and Marquette, they have had their struggles. And when we look at Greensboro and we look at their losses, High Point, another team that plays extremely well, very athletic. Marshall, a game that they were favored by a point and lost by 7 on the road. And then we have to go a lot further back to find their other loss. The thing is, I understand that Greensboro hasn't played this level of competition, but we saw against Arkansas that they certainly do have the ability to hang in there with the big boys, and I think they hang in there with this one. I'm going to take the points with Greensboro, and that's going to be my free pick. Of course, while you're doing your picks, putting your bets in, use our free betting tools at sportschatplace.com. They're 100% free, and they'll help put you on the most favorable bets on the board today.